Okay. Hallo, herzlich willkommen hier auf der...
Auf Englisch.
in English, sorry. Hey, welcome here on the Axopar 29 Suntop. I always have to think because this 29, 28 T-top is so much in my head. And I'm sitting here together with Tom. I think everybody knows him probably more than me now because you're doing all the videos here in English, and that's why we're doing the video in English now. Because there's loads of boat club members in Mallorca. We have English speaking. And also this boat is so new that I think we also want to, we have many followers. I just had somebody from some Arabian country I've never really heard before who was my fan and really following all the videos we are doing, and he was just asking to us to do more in English, and yeah, that's what we're doing now. So the Suntop is the follow-up for 6 times Tina we had in Mallorca as the most successful boat club boat I thought we ever had. Huh?
It's replacing the 28 T-top. This will be Tina 6. Before was Tina 5. Yeah, very popular with the members, but also well before with the charter customers. And for me, it's still not dead. 28. It's just we are on 29 now, and I'm exciting. This is the prototype, the very first boat built. And with the Suntop, excited to get it to Mallorca. After passing through Botopolj.
And the first Suntop having in Mallorca has a history, because this first Suntop ever built,
the MK1 10 years ago, 9 years ago,
2016. So 8 years ago was Jinx. Maybe some of you remember, like who are following Axopar for a long time, was also the Suntop 37. Before there was also the T-top, was the first 37 T-top hitting the Mediterranean waters, was the T-top, and then followed by the Suntop in Mallorca as well. And the Suntop is something Axopar invented, I would say, because I don't remember anybody having such a big roof on a small boat with an openable canvas system.
Basically taking the wall away from a cabin boat.
This was the first 37, yeah.
Keeping the cabin roof, taking the wall out, putting some supports under.
This was how the first 37 Suntop was looking. You could still see the structure of the walls.
Yeah.
The walls on the side.
Yeah.
But we are you know, I think it's a big change for us because this boat is much closer to the 37 from the volume.
Yes. Yeah. So, especially on the cabin boat where we're going to go later. It's like, for me, I call it a small Axopar 37. It's not a big 28. It's really like feels much more voluminous than any 28 we had before.
And what is very important for us, we have sunbeds everywhere, usable during driving, as we can move this one in this position here. So it's a forward-facing, leaning sunbed situation. We have the full sunbed here. Forward-facing seating is anyway very important in Mallorca, because we're driving through some proper waves, and you know, looking where you're going is very important.
Where you're sitting, that's an optional addition to the L-shape sofa, but I think we're going to sell 100% or at least 99% of this option, which makes a U-shape instead of an L-shape, and then of course the table can be put on longer legs, or this plate can be put on longer legs to create a table where you as well sit then with 6-7 people around the table.
What I want to point out, you can also lie down with 2 people here with the table up. So that's not a problem at all. So you don't need to build up always the sunbed situation here, as it is really possible also next to the table. And you were how tall? 190?
Like 190, that was comfortable.
Yeah. You could easily lying down very good. And this is also nice. Maybe we should put the table up now, because this is a big...
Very big changes. Let me take the camera for a second. It's the new opening mechanism for the storage boxes. Before you had to lift the cushion, now you have the hinge mounted here on the outside, so there's no need anymore to lift it up. And now we're going to put the table up. So same principle as before. The short legs removed.
Okay, so we're gonna start.
Yep. They're stored nicely in the box, and then we take the long legs, put them in place.
And again, I could
Stay
lay down,
that.
enough space, and you can easily sit here with
1, 2,
5 people.
3, 5. 2 more here, 7 people.
And you could also do, as you can do in the lower version, which I quite like, because it gives more room in the front of the seating.
Move the table back.
And you can sit also again with 2 people easily here. And these people sitting in the front is more like a lounging feeling, has much more space, so we get even an extra person here.
Yes.
But that's the table position I probably would choose for eating.
I think the biggest change, which comes with the larger volume we have on the bow, is that suddenly, instead of having only the toilet compartment in the front, we have the whole cabin. Forgot the name again. It's multi-cabin.
Multi-cabin.
No?
Yes,
Multi-cabin. So when we look inside,
Let me go inside.
Patty's gonna go inside.
So
and
this is now in the bed version, where it's a full mattress, and I can lie, like I have another 10 centimeters, so with 180 you can easily lie in here, or if you're lying diagonal, you can probably lie here with 2 meters, 2 people. And then to make this room as more like this bed, another bedroom, like a storage room, or using the toilet, I created now from the floor here a step, and then we're having below here, we're having the toilet.
What about washing my hands?
Very
smart
cool,
solution.
Yeah, very smart solution. And behind here
I think
we have all
in
the
Mallorca we're
installation.
going to use it mainly for storage, and then additional if someone wants to take the boat for overnighter, add the cushions as well. This smart deck is installed underneath, so you have for storing it's very comfortable.
Yeah, it's protecting the boat itself. Janne is just talking in the front about the design of the hull. We should not miss that, because we didn't do that in any video so far, which is more or less the boat is all about this hull design. So it's we are too much in boat show sales mode, so we need to remember that going down.
So when we had lots of requests in the past from people using the boat why we can't open the canvas on the 28 T-top. Now we're finally there. So we have an electric roof which opens and closes for the 29 sun top. Almost the same size opening as on the 37, I would say. Probably a bit smaller, not much smaller.
What I really like is when you're sitting here in the Yo sofa, that you are all protected, like all the way back from the Suntop roof. So it's like in every seating arrangement in the back, like for sure at the helm, but in this complete Yo sofa, there's a full sun protection even without having a sunshade to be put up.
We had a lot of people making fun of us trying to turn around to move the chairs. We finally figured it out. It's just you have to try it once.
We greased them a little bit.
And there was a bit of grease missing. So now, like swiveling around, taking the other one. You sit 8 people, 7 people. If you're not sitting in the front, you have the sun pad in the front. Then you create this table area here. Or vice versa. You put the table up in the bow. Then you lower this one, the table down, and you create a huge
lounge area.
Protected by the elements, or protected by the sun especially, here in the back of the boat, or in midships of the boat. It's not really back. As on this version, the aft stays quite open, and the table is very centered in the center of the boat.
We have a big storage here. In the video this morning, I don't know when this goes online, this lock was newly installed from Friday to yesterday, so I didn't find it this morning. So this is additionally there, and there's a huge storage below there as well.
And same on the other side where Patrick is sitting.
Shall
Plus
we do the
have
sunbed just now?
Yes, we can do that. So you keep this one open.
Yes, just move out.
So you lower the table. There will be a second pole for the table, or the second leg. And then you close the leg. And this now gives a lot of room, protected lounging while driving. Sitting here, a backrest is never a nice backrest if it's just a backrest. So the corner position is actually where we want to sit and to have.
And we could even,
really stability.
in the bay, being protected by the roof, I could be facing backwards. There could be 3 people more sitting there. So it's really a protected social area.
And what comes next, that's where Axopar shows their skills, because this is like a multi-use. Because this backrest where I'm sitting has 4 different positions. I can have it like this, creating this huge shunt pad. As well, we turn it around, creating a bench in the back, or we move it forward.
Oh, I blocked it, sorry. No, it's pulling it away.
Yeah, so you have a back-facing sun pad where you can sit while driving, board anchor, give some separation.
This I really like, looking backward.
And for me, because I like the traveling, so you want to sit facing forward with as many people as possible, this could be in the next position. Swivel around again, and then you sit here 1, 2, 3 facing forward, driver, co-driver, and then even having people sitting in the back. So you have seating position for 7, 8 people.
To show the depths here.
So it's really a commuter.
3 people here.
You can really commute like distances. What we have in Mallorca, people going to Portesoya, going to Dragonera, going to Cabrera in a comfortable way. Shall we move this one back?
Yes. And still have an open aft deck, huh? This is
still
very
for the
important.
water toys,
yes.
wakeboard, donuts, all the toys to put here. We have now V8 300. Is there an option for V10?
Yes, V10, 350 and 400.
Or 400, or twin V6 200. If you would have twin installation, you can see the modularity. You see here like a bracket which is added in. This would be removed, so you're removing, or you're like making the bathing platform a little bit smaller, and then you would have the twin V6 engines in the back. Water ski pole stays the same.
What is also, even people don't go water skiing, it's a very good, rail, because you're coming out of the water, you hold yourself at different heights coming out of the water, even moving here on the boat. Or which is very nice with the Suntop support, you have this rail going here to the back, which is also a handrail where you can really grab. If you're going fast, looking forward, you hold yourself here. Or again, you have this grab rail on the top going forward.
Biggest change for the driver, what Patrick just did was not possible on the 28 before. So the driver now has the possibility to move in and out to the driver position, not stepping over the co-driver or the co-pilot.
So it's really a center console style boat. Still, the entrance on the port side is a little bit bigger than the entrance here on the starboard side, but it's still very easy for me to get out. For example, also going to shore, to step out here, hold myself in a very good way.
Can you manage the boat single-handed?
Sure, easy. Very easy. But this helps a lot.
This helps a lot. Before you had to go out here and back and around. Now we can, from here, control the cleat, midship cleat. I can control the throttle. So it's single-handed, even more optimized.
We can hold, like there's design handles everywhere, like here in the window. Or what I really like is this handle here on the main support. Again, you're tall 190.
190.
So your visibility is perfect. You have enough height. You can also from the sitting position.
Sitting position is good.
So I'm 175. For me, also sitting position perfect. Also standing position. I lean back and I'm looking below this bar here. I really like to stand a little bit leaned to the forward. And can you just come forward, Søren, for a minute? What an Axopar is about is because we are now really standing at the waterline, probably just below the waterline. So we have very low center of gravity, like our weight is now putting very low in the boat, which is very important. And I have this amazing dashboard. I think this is quite unique in the marine industry, isn't it?
Comes closer to the 37 dashboard or 45. So it's
car industry style.
Car industry style.
Yeah, you can hold yourself here, over there. And what I really like is all the push buttons now for horn, wiper and so on my left hand. So normal driving, I have probably both hands on the wheel. Then I take the throttle to change the speed or navigate. Then I go with the right hand on the steering wheel again, and then I have my left hand free while commuting at 25 knots. I can use the trim flaps. Going slower in the harbor, I can use the bow thruster or even wiper, horn, or other lights are easy to access with my left arm and left hand.
Shall we head over to?
I don't know if Janne is finished there because he went just on there. Is there any questions? No. Is there any visitor?
Yes. 20.
Okay.
That's good.
Nobody has a question.
Feel free to ask questions. Now it's the opportunity to get them answered.
Shall we go the hull first? Yeah.
Check out the hull.
Yeah.
So I think if we step back, we see the biggest change of, if you come here in the front, you really see what changed from the 28 to the 29. The hull just got a little bit wider to create this extra space we needed to accommodate the cabin or the wider seating in the
But
front.
we have this flare here, quite wide, which helps to not get any spray. So this is even wider than before. The hull has approximately the same deep V, but what we all can see, the hull has also got significantly higher. This you could see very easy in this video we did in Finland, or Tom did the English one, where you can see the 28 standing next to the 29, how much more hull size the boat has. We have a new rubberless design, but anyway, in the standard boat it's going to stay gray. This is more or less a wrong coloring scheme, normally in gray, but also here in the hull you've seen this very beautiful design edge being put in the hull. Very cool and nicely done. It's the same here in the stern. Also rubberless going all the way around the bathing platform, starting like 30 centimeters before. What we didn't show is the step here to get off board. So the whole design, I think, is the most modern Axopar we ever had. It's
really, a big change.
Really looking very
change.
cool.
When I tell people, many times people come back and they get a little bit of spray over the windshield, I tell them they have to drive faster. That's a bit what we have to educate the people. This boat doesn't like 15 knots. It doesn't like this 12, 17 knots. To have the visors working here in the front, how they work is you penetrate the water and the water sprays out to the side. If you're reducing the speed too much, the water sprays up and then gets like blown over the windshields by the wind. So you need a certain speed to shoot the water out left and right, and then the hull works tremendously, like very impressive.
And it's even more efficient. We have tested that so it's a bigger boat, but it's taking less fuel than the 28. So this is how much they improved. This is like the what is it, the 8th hull they did since they started the first 28. So since then there's loads of development with the step hull, which they design guys from Ivan together, and it has been improved, and now this is even more efficient
than before.
I think the cross cabin is free now.
9 cross cabin is accessible.
So Jan is doing also some video production here. So we are fighting about time with the boat. So this is now the aft cabin or the multi-storage, which is something we didn't have before because there was no multi-storage before, and there was a kind of multi-storage setup on the first Mark I, which means we have a big hatch into the aft cabin.
And again, if we don't want to sleep, we would just order it without the cushions, and then we still have a protective layer like a smart decking, which normally would be outside, to use it as storage. And then we would keep those out.
So there's no choose needed between a multi-storage or an aft cabin. It's just the aft cabin interior is an update onto the multi-storage aft cabin, which I think probably will, on the cross cabin, most of the people will choose.
Yeah.
This is also choosable for sure for the Suntop, which we shown just before, but then you can't add the U-sofa before. So this is not going to work. So with the multi-storage, you're still going to have the seating row as we know it from the 28. Just to know, this is all vacuum infused, double layered. It really looks, for being the second or third boat built, looks all very nice. We have people were asking about ventilation. We have ventilation throughout here on both sides, but for sure we will also at Boat to Pouch find a solution for making a port light somewhere if somebody wants more ventilation. There's a big window here in the back, and also this feeling how to open it, how I grab this rail here and push with my thumb this hatch to open is really a feeling like opening a hatch of a car. So all this is really connected to the car feeling. The rest here from the bathing platform is very similar to what we just shown on the Suntop.
Do you see this boat to go to Mallorca?
Yeah, absolutely.
So cross cabin was like on the 37 cross cabin. I doubted Patrick's decision. Sorry to say, but I said, "But we need a cabin in Mallorca." On the 28, we didn't succeed very much with 28 cabins in Mallorca, but 29 cross cabin I see about.
Yeah, but why is the name perfect. Cross cabin or not cabin anymore? I think you can see that very much when you have here when I'm closing the side doors. And then you can see how much glass we got here in the back. So there's hardly no interruption. So
it's an open boat.
It's not this typical cabin feeling. And also when you have a look at that door, that's probably the most designed door you ever been seeing on a boat ever. And how is this produced? We're having here like the C-frame is like a T-top support. So the whole roof support is behind the door hidden. So when the door is closed, you can hardly see, and the whole roof is more or less flying on glass on the cross cabin. And this whole design here, if you see these edges, this is the most designed, most beautiful door I can say I've ever seen on a cabin boat. So all these edges and all this design is amazingly done from the designers of Axopar, and this makes a cross cabin much more like a boat, which I think people who have not been thinking about ever buying a cabin into buying a cross cabin boat.
Come inside, I show you. Because it feels open. It just doesn't only look open. Like now we have still one door closed. We have a stand-up paddleboard on the top. It's very, very open. We have even bigger side doors than before. And probably 1.50 meters is the opening. And then because of the missing C-frame in the back, it really opens up all the way around. Yes, we're gonna wrap it in black or very darken it out, tint it out to stop the sun penetrating too much. But it's a big cabin.
And what would do in Mallorca or in the Mediterranean when you use such a boat in the a warm surrounding. So you even close the roof to get shade by the canvas of that, and just leave it open more or less like 30 to 40 centimeters just above his head now. To stop it. And then you would even open the doors both fully, so you have the wind coming here in the top, and
sun protection
and draining out to the side. And you can easily, during driving, step out, sit here going on a commute. You can still get to the throttle, you can still get to the helm, so you can also position yourself even outside. But then when the sun is too strong, you're again protected and having the big wind. And then if you're in the autumn or in spring, what you're going to do, you're going to close the doors and you're going to open the roof, because what happens then is that you're wind protected from the sides and you have like a cabriolet feeling in the car. You have the sun warming you. You're not going to have much wind coming, or nearly no wind coming in.
Over us.
The wind goes over us and we are fully protected on the side. So this is really like, I would always take myself a cross cabin, even in the south, because you have so much more use out of the boat. And then we should show again the aft cabin from the inside, or the storage. This is depending how you're going to use the boat. So yeah, this is what you see from the inside.
Same now inside the window, makes it very light inside, and then you have the big opening, the hedge to the top.
And then a surprise here, which everybody knows who knows Axopar, which probably was also invented from them, is the fridge on the port side and the sink just below the driver's seat. And there were people asking yesterday in the video, there's no table in the boat. For sure there will be a table in here. So we just have to consider that this boat is really in the early stage, so all this detail stuff will still be coming. So there will be a table here for sure. I don't know what else was asked. There will be also footrest here. So there will be things which you don't see on this boat yet, will soon be established. What I also want to show again is how good this helm position is, the visibility to the front, because it's very complex to make a cabin boat look good from the outside first. Secondly, have a good visibility from the inside to the front and to the back, but mainly to the front, and for different sizes of people. A buyer could be like me in the middle of the 170s, or also a buyer could be in the 195, nearly as Tom. And both again here, as we did it on the other boat, on the Suntop, we both have, I think, the right height.
Yeah.
Easily.
I look exactly under the
for
roof,
having
or
a good
sitting.
view. Perfect. What else to say? Still no questions?
The bow cabin layout is the same as on the boat on the Suntop version of the boat.
We have the roof racks as option, as we have on the boats before. The mast we could maybe show. So this mast is optional. So what is important, we have our online configurator on the web page now with the prices online. So you can configure your dream Axopar 29 and just send us in the end, like ask for an offer, and we will send you this boat you have configured in an offer, which would be then delivered at some point in autumn 2024. Who are we talking to? To him?
To him.
Again, if there's no questions, then I think that's what we had to say about the Axopar. Huh?
That's a wrap. Thank you very much for watching.
Thank you very much for watching, and again,
this boat gonna come to Mallorca. Not this exact boat, but the similar copy of this. The Suntop we've been on, gonna be in Mallorca
in April,
beginning of April,
end of March,
for the 10th anniversary of Axopar. And a copy of this boat will be there as well to sea trial. And the club members, gonna start enjoy this boat before the summer.
Thanks for watching, and see you soon.